Tales from Tubi.
Hey, Tubi friends! Welcome to a brand new episode of Tales from Tubi. For those who don't know what Tales from Tubi is, this is a series I do over here on Old Man Brad where I take my love of Tubi and my love of horror movies and bring them together, where I dive through the depths of Tubi to try to find those diamonds in the rough. And they're not all diamonds, let me just tell you. And I just want to tell you, all the movies I talk about for Tales from Tubi are available to stream at time of recording. Hopefully, if you come to this later, you can still stream it over on Tubi. It's been a while since I've done a Tales from Tubi. I watched a movie on Tubi recently called Blood Tracks. And after watching it, I was like, I have to do a Tales from Tubi about this. It's one of these, I mean, when I dig into it, we'll get there. Is this a diamond in the rough through the depths of Tubi? I don't know. It could be. I know there's a lot of mixed feelings out there about this movie as I was looking a few things up, looking at, friends' ratings and other said things. But, I don't want to skirt around, is this a diamond in the rough? Is this so bad it's good? Is this just bad? We're just going to dive right into it. Let's talk about Blood Tracks.
Close shot. What made you choose our community for your movie?
Solid gold are not here to make a movie.
We're here to shoot one scene for a rock video that's going to be published with Solid Gold's next album.
We're in big trouble.
Look, girls, I need some elbow room right here. You're going to have to move to the back. There are mirrors back there. I cannot do this. We're in big trouble.
What the hell's happening here?
I don't know. Why are you doing this to us?
How come you didn't tell us how cold it was going to be?
Yeah, I'm going to freeze my tits off.
A film crew producing a rock music video decides to shoot at an abandoned factory above the snow line. When an avalanche strands them, a murderous family living in the factory attacks and kills many of them. It is directed by Mats Helge Olsen and Derek Ford, stars Jeff Harding, Michael Fitzpatrick, Naomi Kaneda, Brad Powell, and many others, including the band Easy Action. They play the band in this movie. You can stream this on Tubi, obviously. It was one of those, it's been on my list for a little bit, just mostly because of the poster. The poster attracted me. I was just like, you know what? I want a movie from the 80s to watch. This came out in 1985. So I put it on. I saw some ratings that some friends had given it. Was like, ooh, it's got some bad ratings. It got some middle of the road ratings. I was like, I need to see this. I need to see what this is all about. Looking into it, it's basically, and, after watching it, it's basically The Hills Have Eyes in the snow. Upper mountains in the snow in a factory. This movie is very odd. It's just weird. So many different tone shifts, and the way it's crafted, it was one of those that's like, this is weird. But in the end, I went, oh my God, I love this movie and I want to own it on Blu-ray. I had a great time with this. It's not good. I'm going to state that right up front. This movie is not good, but for me, it hit that it's so bad it's good territory that, heck yeah, I will rewatch this movie again. So it starts out with this family, and this man comes home. I'm assuming it's like the dad or something like that. He comes home, he's drunk. He starts beating on his wife, and the kids are afraid, and all this stuff goes down. The mom ends up stabbing the man, ends up killing him, and she gets everybody together and they leave. And then it cuts to this weird thing where it's going up to the mountains, and you see kind of cars going on this mountain road, driving up the mountains in Colorado. And this voiceover happens of what happened and they went on the run and everything else. It was so out of place because the rest of the tone of the movie does not have this, to where you're just like, huh, interesting. Because the beginning scene almost feels like they shot this opening in the 70s and then cut it into this movie that they made. It's hard to explain, but it kind of set the tone of, all right, this is probably not going to be good, but you know what? Let's go along for the ride and see what happens. And then it cuts to a film crew and this band played by Easy Action, and in the movie they're called Solid Gold, and they're up in the mountains to film their music video. The tone compared to the opening scene and the tone of this, it's almost like an 80s comedy. It feels like, you know, some hijinks are about to happen. You know, it's Ski Patrol or something like that, because it almost feels silly, but it ends up not being that way. Like I said, the tones shift in this movie throughout. So they're trying to set up this music video. They sing the song, and there's a song in the movie that Easy Action does, Blood Tracks, the theme for this film, which is in the intro, and it's played throughout. But as I found out, this song, this is the only way you can hear this song is in this movie. It's never been released on its own, even in a soundtrack or anything. The band's never released it. You can only hear it in this movie, because I looked it up. I was like, oh, the song's kind of cool. You know, 80s rock song. I want to go check this song out and let's give it a listen, but it doesn't exist aside from this movie. But they're setting up their music video, you know, half-naked women in the snow and the band playing, and then they're, you know, having a party at the cabin later. An avalanche happens. They get snowed in. One of the scenes is one of the band members and this woman are in a car. The avalanche comes down and like buries them. So they're trying to save them and dig them out, and it's kind of a hilarious scene. But then all the while, it is weird the way it's set up. Like this cabin, they're up in the mountains. It almost feels like a ski resort. But then there's this factory just right there. They're going to film in the snow. They're going to film in the factory. They get snowed in. The family that we see in the beginning that run off, you know, it's years later, and they're in this factory. They've become very feral, very somewhat deformed. Like the baby we got from the beginning is almost like a creature now. You know, they start killing people off. The death scenes in this are pretty good. It's gory. It has some decent practical effects. The kills are pretty good. There's a couple kills that are like really well done. I think once the movie ends up in the factory more than just the house, it really takes off. So it's at that last third of the movie, last, I don't know, 30 minutes maybe, but I feel like the movie really took off more in the end. It was just kind of a journey to get to this piece. And that's kind of what kind of set it off for me, is when things just got crazier. The hunt of these kind of an inbred family, almost the Hills Have Eyes type, going after these people. I was like, you know what? This movie's not good, but it entertained me. And it's one of those, it's like, this is a movie I can put on in the background and just kind of go with the flow, just have a good time and go along with it. As I looked up, like I said, I want to get this on Blu-ray. I definitely will be picking this movie up on Blu-ray. And I will tell you, if you want what I think is a So Bad It's Good film, go on to Tubi and watch Blood Tracks, because honestly, I think you're going to be entertained. I think you're going to have a good time. If you're like me and just want something mindless, dumb fun, this is it. I think that's enough of my ramblings on Blood Tracks. It's just one of these films that it's all over the place. So you can kind of just, even talking about it, I'm just like trying to wrap my brain over many different ways that this film goes. So it's just easier to say, go watch this. Go watch this and let me know what you think. And I have the absolute perfect movie to double feature with this. I mean, this year I like to double feature with everything I talk about. And I have another 80s film that I think would play absolutely perfectly in this. And it's one of those where I wonder if I can set up a double feature screening of Blood Tracks and then play it with a movie called Doom Asylum from 1987 that is kind of that same just oddness to it. It's just a movie that feels a little bit all over the place. It even has some like rockers in it and some good kills. Doom Asylum is another one of those films that I honestly don't think as a movie it's not great, but it's damn entertaining. And putting it together with Blood Tracks and Doom Asylum as a double feature would just be a so bad it's good kind of night that I think this Halloween season, this fall, I think I'm gonna make it happen as a double feature night for myself. I like to set up my screen in my backyard and do outdoor movies. I think I'm gonna set up my own double feature outside. But yes, Doom Asylum, Blood Tracks, watch them together. Go check out Blood Tracks on Tubi. Let me know what you think of it. Is it that so bad it's good for you? Or did you just go, oh, Brad, this is just bad. But yeah, let me know. Well, that will do it for this Tales from Tubi. Just make sure you subscribe to the show and you'll never miss any of this series, any of my regular Old Man Brad chapters, any of my series verses. I have a new one coming out very soon. But anyway, just keep it right here as I dive through the depths of Tubi to try to find those diamonds in the rough. And I will be back soon. I'll talk to you later, everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna freeze my tits off.